Breaking the ice. An idea of what it might be that contains us, but from a few angles, and tying together some thoughts from what would seem to be wild theories, and will have some added speculation too. When there is talk of a flat earth, it usually comes with the fact we are surrounded by a wall of ice, which is our container, and that it is so high and thick we just can't get through it, or over it with any real resource or numbers to make something of it. Yet we try, they say. Another interesting idea that has been forming for a while, but had some new input recently, is of the firmament, and the thought that we are contained in a dome-like structure, sort of like a snow globe, so round and flat to a point. But our observable surface is flat to the eye, and the sky is what is rounded. And of that firmament or dome covering, it was put forward that it might be made of ice, and that is what holds us in. But as you get higher, it becomes more solid and again impenetrable. Yet we try with rocket launches and with weapons, which they say are trips to space or tests in the ocean. And they could well be, but it's an interesting idea. But a few thoughts followed on from that for me and linked together. Bear with me on this. Chemtrails, the Hopi prophecy, the Phoenix event, the Great Flood, and an atmospheric change, all interlinked by this idea. I'll try and explain it as best I can. If we have an icy dome covering us, I wondered about if it started to get smaller as part of a cycle, or lower for some reason, and the cold air would be brought downwards. This would also change the way the light from the sun would be viewed. Strangely, I gave thought to if chemtrails aren't actually chemtrails at all, but it suits their purpose for us to be worried about it being so. They are actually just a way to try and cover what would be seen, and the extra cold air is causing the vapour to remain and spread across the sky. My article, Structures in the Sky, looks a little more into the idea of a simulated sky, but this would be more, as the dome in a sense, would be real to a point. It is said of the Phoenix event that something occurs every 138 years, with the last one being in 1902. With a larger event on a longer cycle that dramatically changes our atmosphere, with a catastrophic event thrown in as well. Interestingly, the atmospheric change is referred to as a vapour canopy descending over us, changing the light spectrum, oxygen levels, frequencies, and sounds quite unusual. So, could it be that the solid exterior of the outer shell has a period when it is technically escapable? Part of the theory is that above the ice dome is actually another level and world, with water and atmosphere, and when the veil is thin, water descends upon us from above and deluges us, the Great Flood. And we still say of big rains today, the heavens opened. So could it be that there is an up there, maybe just not the idea of heaven that we have been given? And strangely, it was an animated film that then came to mind. Ice Age 3, Dawn of the Dinosaurs. The idea that under a great sheet of ice was actually a world hidden from view, with light, plants, animals, and its own ecosystem, albeit a prehistoric one. But it got me thinking, of different levels of what we have deemed history, all coexisting at once, just not seen to each other unless there is a crossover point. A hidden cave, a crack in the ice, a mysterious tunnel. And could there then be another level above us, where our ice dome is actually just a sheet of ice to those above, but when it melts or becomes thin, that's when we see something. Or something starts to be revealed that can no longer be hidden. Maybe that's why Antarctica is sealed off, and Admiral Byrd's account of flying over it to witness lush forests and valleys and seeing other beings was something to take note of. It's hard to say what's really going on, but with the levels of money hoarding, secrecy and nefarious plans unfolding currently, it does almost feel as if something strange is coming, and they know it.